I'm back. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to this morning's meditation. I am Rif Kari, taking a nice deep breath in. Go ahead, close your eyes, roll your shoulders. Nice deep breath as you come into the room, to the moment. If you're outside, if you're walking, doing whatever you're up to, just synchronizing, bringing your body into the present moment, as well as your consciousness, your awareness. This is all about us finding the energy within our body, within our system, and bringing it up to the forefront, right? Really allowing ourselves to connect with that energy, what is in the field, what is running, what is ready to surface within each of us. And within the Mesa tradition that I follow, the new beginning, the direction of the East is fire, right? And we are in the heat of so much transition, so much fire coming on board as we kind of dance on this window between Gemini coming up into the solstice, coming into our transition with the new moon tomorrow. We've got tomorrow rolling in I'm sorry, full moon, not new moon, full moon, misspoke. But it feels like new energy, right? So as we prepare for tomorrow's energetics of this really big full moon, it is also, interestingly enough, and I'm not sure of the significance of it, but the moon is going to be at its lowest position in 20 years in on the horizon point. So I don't know necessarily what that means. I would think maybe some low gravitational pull for some root chakra energy potentially. Good clearing out, that would make sense with a lot of the Saturnian energy that we just shifted. So some good pillar energy shifts and energetics. And then following that on the 20th, obviously our summer solstice energetics. And we also have big Jupiter activations. So we've had, just to line this all up in sequence, the different internal dynamics that we're all experiencing is deep inner pillar shifting energy, right? So what are our foundational energetics have been going through some nice big foundational shifts. That was at the end of May. That was the last full moon, essentially. Now moving that, as that's been shifting, everybody, we've all been internally doing a lot of reassessment and reevaluation, allowing for, now we should be landing kind of in like a cleaning up, clearing out. Probably some people have been experiencing physical shifts, breakdown. Saturn shifts will cause that to happen, or you've known of people who have had blowouts and blowups and breaks. I know I've went through my own series of ribs breaking, and it's been a lot for a lot of people when Saturn does these shifts, and it shows up in the body because it's pillars and structures and whatnot. So now we're on the next full moon sequence. So full moons are always going to be about releasing. It's like what's deep inside gets to pop to the surface, right? It becomes easy to experience the inner dynamic. So it's like whatever's here, whatever you're not liking or wanting to tweak and adjust, it's like, boom, clean out the closet, clear it out, or find the thing that you want. And as we move into the eclipse, go ahead and we get to like, actually, we're gonna start now. We're gonna use the eclipse to bring ourselves in and taking a nice deep breath in, feeling back to, I want to bring us into this eclipse by feeling back to this past December and feeling back to the beginning of the year, beginning of the cycle, and what you were up to. Just feel into the beginning of, actually the ending of the year, 2024. Nice deep breath in, and how dark the winter always feels, right? The darkness, and how just envisioning holding a candle and feeling into the cycle of the year all the way into summertime. So go ahead and capture that, right? We're going to do more solstice work next week, but just feeling into that flow, that energetic of like one candle being held within. So winter solstice is always about being able to find and capture the internal soul light. And so allow yourself to be caught, and then envisioning a nice deep breath in And it's as though you're opening your eyes. That candle, instead of being inner, becomes the outer. It becomes the external sun that we open our eyes to. And we suddenly, within the blink of an eye, find ourselves in June, right? But to get here, we've had all of this internal rotation. And this hasn't been one small internal rotation. This has been a 12-year cycle rotation, right? 12-year cycle of completion, shifting, and just new things. So those core threads, that core foundational stuff, whatever, you don't have to name it right now, but just trusting and knowing you're here to start and also initiate a new 12-year cycle going forward. So pretty powerful energetics that are anchoring and landing. And actually, for many of us and our planet as a whole, it goes even further beyond that. On a planetary level, we're in a planetary alignment that's over a 2,000-year cycle. So there's much greater planetary alignments, deeper energies that are coming through and surfacing that we're able to capture. So it's not just a blink from December that you can feel rising up to this moment, right? So it's like we go from the candle to, as we envision the sun now coming down, landing on the top of our heads. So starting our light link, imagining the sun in June as we step outside and feel that summer sunshine on the top of our heads. And just feeling that contrast from winter into summer, and that all of the shifting we've done, not only from the past 6 months, past 6 years, past 12 years, but knowing that there is this greater several thousand-year cycle, these planets that have been locking into place slowly, like rivers of time, grinding away, grain of sand by grain of sand, carving their way through the earth and through the cosmos, coming into alignment. And what I want to have you envision is, though, much like when we step outside and gaze at the sun for the first time each day, we close our eyes, right? It's too bright to just open our eyes and stare at the sun. So we close our eyes. And in this moment, as your eyes are closed, I want you to imagine, without actually opening them, I want you to, though, envision opening your inner eye and just allowing it to get really, really bright. Super, super, super bright. And whatever density is there, whatever energetics are there that are no longer serving, just allowing that river of time to carry it away, allowing that flood of cosmic energy to just clean it all out. It's like the closet is getting flushed. And that's the power and the beauty and really the dynamic, if you will, as you just sit here and envision yourself staring at the center of the sun, right? Like you just did an eye open with it, and feeling your feet. I want to have you now that you've got this image of the sun lining up, allowing yourself to imagine it flooding out your inner vision as though you're staring straight at it with your inner mind's eye, and now focusing on your feet. But notice how you can almost sense it running from inner vision all the way down. And it's like so much deeper, because we spoke to a month ago and 6 months ago, and the planet several thousand years ago, and this Saturnian energy that is anchoring like a pillar in the bedrock, way, 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 way deep within the pillar of your soul's inner architecture. And so this sensation and feeling may be like envisioning you have a tail anchored. If you were to take your tailbone and drop it as deep into the earth as you possibly could, just envisioning now that pure white light pouring from your mind all the way down that pillar, all the way down. And just like as though we've turned the spigot on the garden hose down, just envision it, that light, like you're just click, 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 opening the blinds. Let's go ahead and do that. Imagining opening the blinds from the back of your mind's eye, down your throat, at the back of your throat, through the spine, through the back of the shoulder blades. Like just imagine pulling the curtains open. At each spot, I rattle off between the shoulder blades, between the lower part of the shoulder blades, right behind the heart, between the kidneys, at that part of the spine. We're focusing on the spine because it's like we're letting this light stream through. We're just going to keep opening the blinds, opening the curtains all the way down, letting this liquid light pour down your spine. Now we're getting into a tougher spot. We're going to really pull. You may have to kind of work to pull this one open. For some of you, it maybe hasn't been open for a while. Really pull. It's like if you live here in Florida, you know it. Rusty hurricane shutters for some of you, but just push those puppies open. Maybe shine them with some golden light, really let them screech, or just rip them off the wall. Just pull them off. You don't need them. That's old architecture, old timelines, not relevant. Or if it looks like a concrete wall that was there, just blow it out. It's old Saturn stuff. It doesn't matter anymore. Old pillars of energy. What did I say? Rivers of the cosmos forging their way around old things. And what does the river do? It forges new paths around things until rivers find the path of least resistance. So working their way around and through your system. All right, now we're coming. That was like, we were just like kidney range for that big block for the fields. We're gonna pop that tough stuff out. And we're gonna drop now into the tailbone. And this one, for some of you, feels a little bit like some bunker energy. For others, it feels, go ahead and just, I had this expression that my husband, he likes horseshoes. And they say um, in horseshoes, what is it? The only thing that's close in horseshoes is hand grenades and what's the expression? Hand grenades and something else. Anyway, like there's no such thing as close is the point. So just go ahead and like blow it out, right? Like blow the energy out in this space. Let that light pop through, blow out whatever energetics are down there in the tailbone. If you need to open up your tailbone in a new way, if it's hard to pull the curtain open, some of you, it feels like a nice, fluttery, breathy day, like a Febreze commercial. Others, it feels like a bunker. And if that's the case, like horseshoe it, hand grenades, and I can't remember the expression. I'll post it. It'll come to me when I'm not in a meditation. So it sounds like I can only remember the hand grenades. So go ahead and drop a bomb in there and just there we go. Whoever needed to drop the hand grenade, we got it open. Oh, nice big open field of energy. And that feels amazing. We've got some current now. There it is. All right. We've got the field. Everybody's syncing up. We can all can you guys feel that coherence? We are locked in. So let's come back to the beginning, feeling from December till now. And we can fast forward this also, right? December, feeling back to last December and who you were then until now, and feeling this field synchronizing like one big, beautiful field of liquid, pure white light energy, like a river, and let it flow like a river. It does not need to be straight. Our spine is straight, right? I'm sure all the spinal docs would have a field day with me if I were to say it gets to flow like a snake. Actually, let it be two snakes. Let that energy now become two beautiful rivers flowing around your spine. That's what we just opened. Two beautiful rivers of energy flowing around your spine. That's what we were unlocking there. Were some Kundalini channels, except we're going reverse, right? Usually when we're running Kundalini, we're bringing it up and through. Today we're going opposite, down and in, letting them run down and in. And you could even, if you want to trace it, starting from December up at the top and just let it trace that energy pattern, figure eighting your hands in front of your body, tracing them all the way down from the top of your head in front of you down to your waist. And then you can rest your hands in your lap, or you can run that a couple times, just back and forth, running that pattern, that geometry into your field, into your system, and helping that cosmic energy imprint. Good stuff. We haven't yet. This is our light link today. Good light link. We made it into the earth, but here's what's so potent and powerful about this field is that as you envision now your body as this temple for light, as this field for energy, feel into the earth, feel into where your feet are landing, and notice how maybe where do your feet guide you? Maybe it's out front. We started at our front door. Maybe it's in a high mountain field. Maybe it's at the beach. Maybe it's some other dimension, place, and time. Or maybe you no longer feel like a human, but a cosmic tree. And the stars suddenly become the leaves and the branches. And that river of the cosmos becomes your spine as you feel yourself standing nice and tall and straight, stretching out through space and time. And taking a nice deep breath in and exhaling out. For where we are and what we are up to is this beautiful energetic of new beginnings. For Saturn made its big transition into the fiery field of Aries. And as it did, and as we head into the summer solstice, where the light is at its brightest, we now get to make this transition from the earth, from the cosmos, back into earth. So I want to have you feel into your body, feel into your tail that just really opened in a new way, wiggling your feet, feeling the toes, feeling where your energy field lands you. Let it land from being that bigger image of the cosmos into a granular, singular location, I want to say, at the beach, in that high mountain field, maybe in a lava field of creation, wherever that fiery energy is working its way into form in your body. There's a moment, there's a seed, there's a spark, there's a dream, there's some form of creation that's here that you get to call in, that you feel birthing, that you feel ready to rise with, for, through, against, right? Because when we rise, we don't just rise alone, right? There's always a counter force matching and meeting us. We may not feel it, we may not sense it, but it is absolutely always there, right? It's like if you think about standing something up, standing ourselves up, like we don't just stand alone. We may lean, or our bodies mechanically are always leveraging within themselves, right? There's always counter forces and ways we're standing. If you think of, two forces coming together, or water propelling, like if you see waves crashing against the shore, right? In a wave, what would kick a wave to go up into the sky? It's two bodies of water as the wave meets the shore that kicks that wave way, way, way up into the sky, creating a really incredible mist. And so that's the energetic I want to have you feel into and find right now, is that coming together, that rising of the heat, that rising of the fire and the flame within you as it builds. And so I want you now to come into your heart, into the seat of your flame. So we've kind of built this big collective field, and I'm going to bring us back to center for a moment, into our hearts, into our body. And I want you to hold here for just a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. You can even place your hands on your heart if you feel called to connect to this position. And we just went way, way, way deep. So we're going to dimensionally shift into the physical body. We've been physical body, and then we dropped into much more fifth and sixth dimensional realm. So I want us to come much more into fourth and third dimension now. So that's why I want you to really focus on the heart and focus on the breath for a moment. And feel your feet, feel into like that big or energetic, right? That tailbone lining up with the entire cosmos, that whole imprint of the tree of life synchronized in the field, right? We felt the template for it. And now we're gonna go from the dimensional template of that tree of life, and we're gonna run it up into your physical field. So we're doing a couple dimensional jumps here, but we're going to bring it now from fourth dimension, and we're going to reach down into fifth and sixth dimension, and kind of like reaching into the sock, if you will. If you imagine a sock that you need to flip inside out, we're going to reach in and pull into the dimensions and pull it up and into your body. So that's the next exercise we're up to right now. So giving everybody a moment to just catch up with me here in the fourth dimension, just feeling the energy around you coming into the body, feeling your breath, feeling your heartbeat, feeling the physicality of your heart and your skin and the energy. In my case, I can feel a nice gentle breeze brushing across my cheeks and in my hair. And then feeling into where we were, feeling that template of that tree of life, that big tail of the cosmos where we had been. All right, and are we ready? We're going to drop back in. Go ahead, lick your lips, relax your jaw. This is the exercise today. We're going to go grab some meta frequency. And I had spoken a few moments ago, so it's like we are going to envision portal, a field of energy just before us. So I want you to envision, actually, I'm going to have you rub your hands together to create that fire in this dimension. Let the friction and the heat build up. It was fun. All right, let that heat really rise. Let's be nice and hot, and then hold that field of energy between your hands. Let it just kind of form an orb of energy, like you can feel it pulsing. And then just hold your hands out in front of you, kind of making a nice little circle of energy. So you're holding a beach ball in front of you, a big beach ball in front of you. And hold that beach ball there for a moment, as though that fiery energy is like a nice little bubble, a pocket of energy. Let's go ahead and repeat that one more time just to build that field. We're building a portal right in front of us. So build that fiery energy. We're synchronizing a couple fields together. Nice. Bring the heat up. We're actually using the hands to draw the heat up from that inner flame that was way, way, way deep dimensionally. Nice deep breaths in, feeling it rising from deep, 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 deep. We're not just pulling from the heart. We're pulling from sixth, fifth, fourth, and then third. So you actually feel the heat between your hands, and then stopping when it's peaked, and then bringing the hands out to form like as though you're holding a beach ball. And then letting that circle of energy run from your heart out to the fingertips, letting the fingertips just kind of touch as though you're encircling a beach ball or a great big ball or a yoga ball. That's more like it, a yoga ball. Okay. And then when you're ready, you're going to envision through that portal reaching down and in. And remember, I said feeling your desires, and you can actually physically do it, or you can just envision diving in. And it's like we're reaching into like a sock, right? But it's not a sock. We're reaching into the fields all the way down and through. You could envision it like into a pool, down into the heat, down into the fields, down into the field of energy, and just pulling it up and through. It's like reaching through the veil and releasing the veil and lifting the veil off. You can drop the arms, just allow yourself to feel this veil coming off and your body being immersed in this beautiful opening of sixth, fifth, fourth, and third dimensional energy where this flame is rising from the depths. This flame of new beginnings, this flame of desire, this flame of hope, this flame of light, this flame of creation and love. For it's from the flames that the phoenix rises. If you think back to who you were in December, and if you think back to all the shifts in different iterations and lessons learned in the last 6 months, if you think back to the shifts even in the last 4 weeks that you've made, you think back to the timelines that have ceased to exist in your life, and the people who have left and the new people that have entered, and the new realities that have started to seed themselves. There is a flicker, there is a glimmer of a new version of you, a phoenix that is rising, the feminine that is rising. And so it is from this fire that that energy, that a newness begins to emerge. And it is from this fire that I invite you to sense, to feel that rising, to call forward from these flames, from these depths, from that tree of life, from the yawning gap. For within the story of the tree of life, in the Norse mythology, the fire and the ice merge over and over the millennia, grinding and grinding until one day the pressure becomes so great that a gap emerges. And in that gap, a seed is dropped, and from it, the tree begins to grow. And in this case, that tree is that phoenix, or more specifically, it is the dove, the Sophia, the Divine Mother, who with her spark of hope and light rises in each of you, in all of us, reminding us that we are not alone, that she walks with us and through us, that we are her children as well, that this earth is our earth, that we are part of it, we are part of her, that to see and to feel the things we feel, to be part of this cosmos, to do the things we're here doing right now, to feel these flames, to feel this heat, to feel the earth, we are part of her. for these flames are her flames. And this earth is her earth, and these bodies are part of her greater body. And these thoughts are hers as much as they are part of the greater whole. And so allowing this fire to rise in you, welcoming it in, it's not about man, woman, or male, female, or any of those pieces, just allowing your own inner passion to rise up and to take flight, and wondering what that flight is going to look like between now and the next blink at the winter solstice. How much more? How much can we capture? How much energy can we plant? What can we be up to? There's so much. We've got another 12-year cycle that we're in the process of seeding right now. Absolutely brilliant. And we get to anchor it and pull through and continue to clean it up and make it like a super awesome, shiny object that is going to spark so much hope and inspiration and feel just freaking awesome. So taking a breath in, and in this moment, feeling your worthiness, allowing her wings to take flight through you, welcoming her in, claiming her. And the way you do it is just by claiming your own intuition, claiming each of these flames, whether you're feeling the dimensionality, whether you're seeing pulses of light, whatever it is that you're experiencing right here, right now, in response to this field and these words, just claim it. Be like, yeah, I like this. I want more of it. Whatever this is, however she is moving through me, I want more. This is worth more because I know I'm up to something. And however this is meant to go down, this is my thing. I want more. That's it. It's the most simple formula ever. So is it the and all I can hear are the morning doves in response. Like that's the sound that just got really loud. I wish you guys could hear it. That coo, coo, coo. So nice deep breaths in. For as much as you've taken this energy and allowed this fire to rise, let it rise all the way up. Let that flame come all the way through your body. I know we were using an external, like through your arms and lifting the veil this way. I now want you to envision reaching down through the top of your mind and pulling that veil kind of from like inside your body up over your heart, and as though you have like a tissue that's like a veil or a cloak, and lifting it up off the heart all the way out, like you're pulling a cotton ball, if you will, up out of the heart, out of the top of the spine, out of the spine, out of the top of the mind, just popping it off, like pulling the cover, and let that flame rise. Let it rise, turn its volume all the way up. You may feel actually a lot of heat or sensation, not necessarily heat, but sensation through the tailbone, right? Remember where we opened the blinds, through the tailbone, through the back of the kidneys, through the lower rib cage, through the mid rib cage, through the shoulder blades, through the back of the neck. Turn it up. Imagine this plane now in response to you coming through the back of the occiput into the mind's eye, like a Bunsen burner, right? Like crank that flame all the way up. And it doesn't have to look like red flame, right? It can be brilliant, bright, white hot flame pouring through your feet up out of the earth, There it is. And everybody just had a whole bunch of doves release out of the top of their head. That's what we're looking for. You guys did it. You guys did it. Mission accomplished. The dove and the flame. We got it. Woohoo. All right. My work is done here. Good, juicy field of energy. Go ahead, roll the shoulders, stretch the arms. The whole bunch of like energy in the field. So, like, move your body, work it into yourself. Wiggle the toes, lick the lips, relax the jaw. I'd love, okay, so two things. If you want to stay here and like float in this field, because there's all kinds of juiciness in journeying, you can go have, but by all means do that. It's probably right at our time. Yep. Oh, and we went a little long. Apologies. We're a few minutes after 9. So if you need to hop, what I'm going to invite you to do is just pull it all back in, give yourself a big hug, big squeeze. Be sure to twist through the core and the spine to lock it in. Energy functions in spirals. So we have to function and twist. Pull a knee in, give it a squeeze. Pull the other knee in across the chest, give it a squeeze. Roll the shoulders. Nice deep breath in, bring yourself back to center, back into the room, back into the moment, and welcome back if you are coming back. If you are not, enjoy the ride and do this later. Bring yourself back into the body, feeling juiced, feeling like a phoenix, or more importantly, the dove ready to go rock and roll. Make lots of juicy magic happen for all those who you are here to be blessing in your world today. Namaste. So much love. I will see you all next week or later today or whenever our worlds are meant to converge again.